Hello, Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Taurus, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Taurus, let's get started. How does Taurus currently view this relationship? Okay. So we do have the 10 of Wands, we do have the 2 of Cups, and then we also have the 7 of Pentacles. Could be dealing with another Taurus, possibly a Cancer, maybe even a Sagittarius. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but this to me feels like a proving energy. Now keep in mind the roles could totally be reversed here. So this could be somebody trying to prove themselves to you, or maybe you're trying to prove yourself to someone, but I am definitely getting that you're trying, for the sake of the reading, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is you, but it doesn't have to be you. The roles can totally be reversed, but it's just so that way I don't get confused. But it looks like you're trying your hardest to really prove to someone how invested you truly are and how committed you truly are to them and what you guys share with one another. With the 10 of Wands coming out here, that's kind of telling me that you didn't just start doing this yesterday or a week ago. It kind of looks like you've been doing this as far as proving to this person that you love them, you care about them, you're invested, you're committed, you're devoted, you're loyal, things of that nature. How does this person currently view this relationship? We got, well, hold on. Okay. Ooh, in regards to how, man, I'm feeling drawn to like the moon here. Is that the moon or is that the freaking sun? Doesn't matter. We do have the moon here at the bottom. I'm like, damn, is that the fucking moon or is that the sun? I don't know. Could be the sun. But we do have the moon out here, which, I mean, no surprise there. I mean, we do have the 9 of Swords to 10 of Swords. That creates an Ace of Swords at play, which basically represents the sword of truth. It also represents clarity. I also, as a reader, look at the Ace of Swords as a symbol of trust, but that's just like, you know, a me thing. Not saying that that's how you should look at the Ace of Swords, but I tend to look at the Ace of Swords as like a symbol of trust. Anyways, in regards to how they're currently viewing this relationship with you, this one over here doesn't trust you as far as they can throw you. I'm pretty sure I'm not telling you something you don't already know. But they don't trust you as far as they could essentially throw you. You know, this person does have a massive fear of like the unknown, right? Not knowing how this is going to all play out here between the two of you, not knowing if this is going to work on their favor or, you know, blow up in their face. They're being put in a situation where it requires them to take a chance / leap of faith, right, on you and what they share with you. But that's a very freaking scary thing for this person to essentially do because, you know, when I'm gonna be honest, when it comes down to you, you know, even though they don't really know what to anticipate and or expect, they're leaning far more towards this one day will blow up in my face. And one day I will live to regret giving Taurus and this relationship a chance. That's how they're looking at this entire situation with you. Not saying that all of this is gonna blow up in their face. That's just what they think. The swords and tarot represent our thoughts. So that's just what they think is gonna happen, right? That if they let their guard down with you and take a chance on you and take that leap of faith when it comes down to you, that one day they're going to live to regret this. And one day, you know, this is all going to blow up in their face, you know? Again, not saying that that's what's going to happen, okay? Okay. How does Taurus currently feel? Was that the 10 of Pentacles? Sure was. So we do have the Empress. We do have the Sun. And then we also have the 10 of Pentacles. I like it. I love the way you look at them. I do. I love the way that you look at them. You look at this person like they're an empress. Now, for those of you who don't know this, the empress is basically all of the queens in one. So technically speaking, you are definitely dealing with the total package. So is one thing I will say about you, Taurus, is that you definitely know how to pick them. But yeah, you're definitely dealing with the total package. This is somebody who brings a lot of happiness and joy into your life. And this is somebody that, you know, you can see yourself honestly settling down with and possibly even growing old with. Because the 10 of Pentacles basically speaks of a relationship, you know, that, you know, could definitely last decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. How does this person currently feel Okay. We have the King of Swords. You could have Aquarius within your chart, Leo within your chart, or Pisces within your chart. In regards to how this person's currently feeling about this relationship. With the King of Swords to the Six of Wands to the Ten of Cups coming out here, I mean, the feeling is essentially mutual. You know, I think that the both of you are basically aiming towards a long-term committed relationship here, you know, with one another. I do feel like this person wants to believe, okay? They want to believe, you know, that you love them. They want to believe that you care about them. They want to believe that you mean well. They want to believe, you know, all of these amazing things that you tell them on a day-to-day basis. I feel like this person wants to believe your actions on top of that, because you do show them through your actions that you do love them and care about them. They want to believe all these things. They want to believe all these things, but for the love of God, it's just like they just feel like they just can't. They just can't. Okay. What actions will Taurus take towards this person or moving forward? So we do have the High Priestess. We do have the Eight of Swords. And then we also have the Star out here. I do feel, unfortunately for you, your situation with this person, as far as them not trusting you, as far as them thinking that you're out to get them and you don't have their best interests at heart. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? It does drive you borderline insane. It truly does. And it also confuses you. Like, how could they not see that I love them? How can they not see that I'm committed to them and devoted to them? And how can they not fucking see that? Like, I am definitely getting that. Like, I feel like your whole MO is like, it would have been one thing if you were showing through your actions that you didn't really love them or care about them, then all right, boom, that's one thing. But the fact that you're showing them through your actions that you love them, that you're committed to them, that you're devoted to them, and they still think you're out to get them, like, that's the part that really does confuse the hell out of you. That's the part you don't understand. You know what I mean? What actions? Okay. We have the Seven of Wands. We got the Eight of Wands. We also have the Chariot. And then we also have the... All right, now we just unlock something here. By the way, before I talk about this, your person's showing up as an Empress. The person that sits in the Chariot is the Emperor, making it a true pair situation between you and this person. Another true pair situation. I mean, the person that's in the Strength card is the Empress. But anyways, with the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Swords, again, that to me is like a symbol of truth, but it also definitely represents clarity. We got the Seven of Wands to the Eight of Wands now. That creates an Ace of Wands at play, which speaks of our own personal wants and desires. This person needs to get very crystal clear on what they really, really want, okay? What they really, 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 really want. The primary reason why they're conflicted is because although, you know, you are somebody that they can see themselves settling down with and, you know, things of that nature, there's a part of them that's unsure if they essentially want this. And the part of them that's unsure if they essentially want this or not has a lot to do with what I'm about to say right now, okay? There are certain things about you that this person feels like if you were to essentially change, they wouldn't find themselves thinking the way that they think. They wouldn't find themselves feeling the way that they feel. They wouldn't find themselves on the fence about all of this, okay? Now, whatever it is that this person wants you to change and or work on, it's something that I do believe they've already conveyed to you. Okay, now whether or not you actually put towards a work towards changing that or not, I'm not entirely sure, but this is kind of like the reason why they feel the way that they feel now that we got the Seven of Wands to the Eight of Wands out here. There is a part of them that's unsure if they truly want this meaning, I'm sorry. Do they truly want a relationship? Do they truly want a relationship right now at this stage in their life? Or do they just want to be single and free and be out here living their best life? You know, that's something that this person needs to get very clear on, because there's a part of them that wants a relationship and there's a part of them that just wants to be single and free, okay? Another thing too, and it has a lot to do, like the primary reason what I'm gathering why like a part of them wants to be single and free is because being in a relationship is not fucking easy. It is freaking hard. So that's like the parts that they don't really like when it comes down to being in a relationship, is how challenging and difficult it can be at times. But when you're single and alone, you ain't got to worry about anybody dry humping your last nerve and doing things that piss you off, and you don't have to worry about all of that. But when you're in a relationship, I mean, you're kind of prone to that. Maybe your significant other might do something to dry hump your last nerve and or piss you off, but that just kind of comes with being in a relationship, because being in a relationship is very, very hard. Another thing too, it has a lot to do with you, okay? There's certain things about you that this person wishes you would just essentially change about yourself, that you would just stop doing. You know what I mean? Because if you were to just change whatever they want you to change about yourself, or stop doing whatever it is that they want you to essentially, stop doing, they wouldn't find themselves feeling this conflicted, okay? So this person could get very crystal clear on what they want, right? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they come down to this conclusion that they want a relationship. All right, boom. They still have to deal with the fact that there's certain things about you that they want you to change. There's certain things that you do that they don't necessarily like, that they would want you to essentially stop doing. So they're still kind of left with this. And if they're still left with this, they're going to find themselves still experiencing this. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is actually for me like I think it is. Well, maybe, Taurus is not the one like I think they are. You see what I mean? So it's like, then there's that, then there's that. So that's like that's this person's dilemma. And they may not even be consciously aware of it, but that is this person's dilemma when it comes down to you. Because let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you know what I mean? You change whatever it is that they need you to change about yourself, or you stop doing whatever they want you to stop doing. All that they're really left with is, do I really want a relationship right now? Am I really ready for all of this or not? That would be the only thing that they would have to essentially figure out next. And once they figure out, all right, boom, I want to be in a relationship, they're going to be good. They're going to be great. You know what I mean? But both of these things need to essentially get figured out. Okay. Because they could decide, okay, I want to be in a relationship with Taurus, but if they're still left with, but I just need Taurus to stop doing this, and I just need Taurus to start doing that, and I just need them to change this, and I just need them to change that. Like, if you don't work on whatever they need you to work on, if you don't change whatever it is that this person needs you to essentially change, they're going to still find themselves in this energy of, do I really want this? Like, is this really for me or not? So then there's that. All right, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.